So last week we tried this golden milk latte, couldn't stand it, and one of our viewers said, well, that's because you use too much. So, of course, that made me want to do an experiment. We're going to do a half of that amount, and a fourth of that amount, and an eighth of that amount, but in order to avoid wasting a cup of milk per project here, we're going to put in a quarter of the amount divided by each amount. So for the normal dose, we would have put in a 1/4 teaspoon for this 2 ounces of milk. But we're going to do a half dose, so a whole teaspoon is this. This is what you would use for 8 ounces normally. A 1/4 teaspoon is this.
And this is
It's called a dunk. Thank you to my friend Kim for providing this. It's 1/32 of a teaspoon. Because you can't normally find less than an eighth of a teaspoon. So, we're going to use an eighth of a teaspoon to get a half dose of this stuff. Then we're going to use a 1/16 of a teaspoon, or 2 of these, to get a 1/4 dose of this stuff. And then we're going to use just one of these to make an eighth of the dose. It's going to be
so tiny, I'm not even sure that we'll be able to taste it.
That's what I'm hoping. Okay, so this is going to be the half dose. This is not the full dose. This is the half dose.
Because we've already established how we feel about the full dose.
Turmeric tastes like dirt.
I mean, it's very spicy dirt.
You got cinnamon and stuff in it. A lot amount. This is a half of what we need. Just a little bit. We're going to stir that with our baby spoon.
This is the cold one though, so.
Yeah, not hot.
There will be clumps. All right.
It looks like pumpkin pie before you cook it.
Pumpkin juice.
Mmm.
That's a video.
Where we actually put a pumpkin through a juicer?
No.
Okay.
What about pumpkin juice? But with turmeric.
Oh, smells better already.
Oh.
Less like dirt.
I brushed my teeth like 3 minutes ago though. I like this much better.
Okay, yeah, this is less horrible.
It's like it's milk, but with cinnamon.
It reminds me of pumpkin pie now. With dirt. Okay, so that was the half dose.
All right, so this is...
Less objectionable.
Yes, less objectionable.
Now, another 2 ounces, and we're going to use the 1/4 dose.
Or the 2 dunks.
2 dunks, yes.
Dunks, whatever.
Which is 1/16 of a teaspoon. So you can imagine if you're using it at that level, this bag lasts forever.
Yeah, so if you don't like it, you get more of it. Isn't
makes
the
sense.
world cruel? Okay, so it's already much less objectionable in color. It's like a very... It looks now like the pumpkin keto chai latte that we tried. Much better.
All right,
we'll look at the
share
difference.
That. So here it is half, and there it is a 1/4. Far less yellow. Okay, smell it.
Ooh, that smells like milk.
I can hardly smell it.
Isn't that a good thing?
Mm-hmm.
Can still taste it though.
Milk and dirt.
Yep, dirty milk.
But less bad. Now put some cinnamon in that and you could cope with it.
Okay, so final round of this.
1/8 of the dose, which is one little teeny tiny dunk. Maybe my favorite word of the week. Dunk. 1/32 of a teaspoon, also called a smidgen. So if you ever wanted to know what a smidgen looks like.
In southern smidgen, not... No,
there's a smidgen.
There's a southern smidgen.
What's a southern smidgen?
A fingerful, basically.
Yeah.
All right, this ought to be nice and... Ooh, look at that beautiful color. How gorgeous.
I have a
nice light color.
I have a gingery feeling on my tongue right now. Okay, so sniff it. Hardly anything.
It's milk.
Yeah, that's drinking milk. Okay. So, if you hate turmeric, but you want it anyway, just use less.
Now, I have an experiment that I want to do. So, I didn't want to drink all of this on its own. And we had some of the pumpkin chai laying around.
Yeah.
So I mixed them. It was really good. So,
What are we doing here?
2 more cups, so I'm going to go get our whole milk. And we're going to have a golden milk pumpkin chai latte.
While she's doing that, I'll show you. This is 1/8 of the dose. It's just slightly yellow. This is 1/4 of the dose. And then that is 1/2 of the dose. If you want to see what a whole dose looks like, go get that other video.
We'll put it up in the card.
Yes.
All right. So
now we're doing how much you can measure. Here, there's a 1/4 cup right there.
Okay. So
2 ounces. How much you doing?
about 4 ounces.
Okay. So she's doing 1/2 cup between the two of us?
No, for each.
Oh.
It's not going to be that flavorful.
Well, good. Now here's the deal with turmeric. It contains a substance called oxalates, which are these plant mechanisms that attack insects to kill them so they won't eat the plants. And
they can also attack you.
yes, if you are prone to kidney stones, you want to avoid oxalates, which is why I don't actually drink stuff with turmeric in it. I'm just doing this experiment with Emma.
She loves me.
Yes. Tea actually contains some oxalates, so that's why I have to be careful with tea. And lots of vegetables and greens, especially spinach.
All right.
So if you're concerned about kidney stones, don't go buying turmeric.
Sniff this. Is that not just the
Smells wonderful.
delicious smell ever? So I'm going to use a teaspoon.
And
Which the original dose is 2, but we found that was way too sweet in our own testing.
we actually did 1.5 teaspoons, and it was kind of...
So we add that in. And it does not add much of a pumpkin-y color, so maybe this time with the 1/2 and 1/2, it'll give us a very pumpkin-y color. You never know.
So you're doing 1 teaspoon of that, which is half the normal dose.
And then 1/2 a teaspoon of this, which is half the normal dose.
Okay, so it adds up to a normal dose. I'm saying dose. They're not medicines. They're tea.
Even though
Tea sort of.
Even though this one, the turmeric one, does kind of taste like medicine.
They're powders. I don't know if they qualify as tea.
Well, one of them has matcha, I think, in it.
Yeah, that one does. Incidentally, if you want to learn more about oxalates, look up anything with Sally K. Norton on it.
All right. Now that we've got that combined, I actually did mine in the Jevy. So do you want yours in the Jevy? It blends it all together a lot easier.
Sure.
All right.
So
I'll do mine first so you can see what happens.
yeah, you had to put it up. So the Jevy is a frother, and we do have a video about this frother.
Ta-da!
It's a cool little thing.
Heat chocolate, hot milk foam, heat milk, cold milk foam.
It's cool though because sometimes you want frothed, and sometimes you want hot, and sometimes you want hot frothed. But if you put cream, heavy whipping cream, in the frother and put it on cold froth, you end up with whipped cream, and you have to spoon it out because it's so thick. That's really cool. You can turn it upside down and it won't come out.
It's like what they do, if I may, it's like what they do at DQ with their blizzards. Like they turn it upside down to show you that it's thick enough. You could do that with the whipped cream.
Yes. And it's got no sugar in it. Just the stuff that's naturally in cream.
So this one's mine.
Okay.
I am doing.
You're doing the hot.
Yes, I am doing just the hot.
Okay, so let's see what Emma got frothing her beverage.
It does have a very interesting smell.
In a good way? Back to that lovely yellow color. So yours is hot and mine's going to be cold.
Yes.
Okay, then.
Do you want yours foamed? Well, you kind of have to get yours foamed, don't you?
Cold foam. Incidentally, I find that the lid, storing a frother with the lid on means concentrating any little drop of milk that you might have missed when you cleaned it out. So I actually store mine with the lid off. Hot dirt.
It's much better than the original, though.
Oh, yes, yes.
I feel like I'm on a Mountain Dew commercial.
Anything that involves less golden milk is a good thing.
See, it's like a sweet turmeric. So excess sweetness of this mixed with the really weird taste of this makes a really weird sweet latte.
If you like weird and sweet.
Which most people do.
The middle of my tongue is having a ginger moment. Ginger is hot.
So yours is almost done, by the way.
I'm excited about that because I really want this. So this is the certified organic golden milk latte.
And this is the Karma Kitchen's pumpkin chai latte.
Yes. Which we cannot find on Amazon, so you got to find it yourself.
Sorry.
I can link the latte, but not the chai stuff. All right, this is my cold froth stuff. It's a darker color. Oh, okay.
You scared now?
It smells like eggnog or, pumpkin pie before you cook it. Gingery. Okay. I still don't want any of it. What's your vote?
I mean, the golden milk itself is
icky. But you might like it.
Ooh,
the spice.
I love this. This is awesome.
Incidentally, I made a mug cake out of it. I stuck an egg in there and some milk and put it in the microwave. That wasn't bad.
But I think mixing the two together balances them out. So
yes.
Yeah, I mean, if you can find both of them, definitely just try it out. You might like it.
So, like and subscribe and play with your food. And until we see you again...
Don't play with your food if you're a toddler. Your parents will not like that.
Toddlers play with their food anyway. So, until we see you again...
Make sure to make time for tea and a good book, however weird the tea is. Or non-tea, I guess.
Yeah, we might have a weird book too.